Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. Had the NBA preview for you guys. There are 9 games on the slate right now, and I will be covering them. And before I do, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. That would be super dope if you guys did. Let's go ahead and build this channel. And for more free pick videos and free daily teasers, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. First matchup, we have the Denver Nuggets versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Denver Nuggets 15-13, 12-16 against the spread. The Cleveland Cavaliers 10-19, 10-19 against the spread. Denver opening up as 8.5-point favorites, with the over/under sitting at 220.5. Denver 2-6 against the spread in their last 8. 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games on the road. 10 of their last 14 games have gone over. Yeah, so, Denver hasn't been playing too hot. They've been definitely taking a lot of L's lately. Cleveland 0-10 against the spread in their last 10 games. They're on an 8-game losing streak. I mean, geez, what can I say about this Cleveland team? Yeah, I don't. Denver minus 8.5. It seems like a lot of points, but Cleveland's on a huge losing streak. I think Denver turns it around here. I think they cover at minus 8.5. That'll be my pick for that. Next matchup, we have the Golden State Warriors versus the Orlando Magic. Golden State Warriors 16-13, 15-14 against the spread. Orlando Magic 11-18, 13-16 against the spread. Golden State opening up as 5.5-point favorites, with the over/under sitting at 224.5. Golden State 4-1 in their last 5, 13-2 against Orlando in their last 15. They're 4-2 in their last 6. I mean, Golden State's definitely on the trend right now. They're definitely playing good basketball. Orlando just isn't a good team. 7-13 against the spread in their last 20. 5-15 in their last 20. 1-6 covering the spread in their last 7 against Golden State. Yeah, I like Golden State minus 5.5 here. They're just playing good basketball, and Orlando Magic stink. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Hawks versus the Boston Celtics. Atlanta Hawks 12-16, 14-14 against the spread. Boston Celtics 14-14, 14-14 against the spread as well. Boston opening up as 4.5-point favorites, with the over/under sitting at 226. Atlanta 3-6 against the spread in their last 9. They're 1-4 in their last 5 games. 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against Boston. So they have been able to cover against Boston as of late. Boston, though, just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. 2-5 in their last 7 overall. Boston just hasn't been playing good lately, and neither has Atlanta. I'd have to, based on just performance-wise, I think Atlanta can hang. I like Atlanta plus 4.5, and I like the over as well. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Bulls versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Chicago Bulls 12-15, 15-11-1 against the spread. 76ers 19-10, 14-13-2 against the spread. Philly opening up as 8.5-point favorites, with the over/under sitting at 229.5. Chicago 4-2 in their last 6 games. 1-7 straight up against Philly in their last 8. 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games on the road, so they have been covering on the road. Philly, though, just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. They are 12-6 in their last 18 games. They are a good team. 7-1 in their last 8 home games. Philly hasn't playing great, and 8.5 is kind of steep, but I do like Philly minus 8.5 there. That'll be my pick. Next matchup, we have the Detroit Pistons versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Detroit Pistons 8-20, 14-11-3 against the spread. Memphis Grizzlies 12-12. They're 12-11-1 against the spread. Memphis opening up as 5-point favorites with the over-under sitting at 222. Detroit 4-1-1 against the spread in their last 6. 5-11 straight up in their last 16 games. They are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games against Memphis, so they haven't been able to cover against Memphis. 3-6 against the spread in their last 9. 3-6 in their last 9 games overall. I do believe there's going to be still holding out Blake Griffin for trade rumors and stuff like that. So I like Memphis -5 here with that pick. And yeah, Memphis -5. Next matchup, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Oklahoma City Thunder 11-17, 15-12-1 against the spread. Milwaukee Bucks 16-12, 13-15 against the spread. Milwaukee opening up as 11-point favorites with the over-under sitting at 232.5. Let's see. OKC 1-5 in their last 6. Hasn't really been doing that great. These two teams have not met. Never mind. Milwaukee on a 4-game losing streak right now. OKC 2-game losing streak. 11-point favorites. I see how the NBA is every night. Double-digit favorites are, have a really good chance at covering because you just don't know who's going to show up. So I think I'm going to take Oklahoma City +11. I just think that's a big number for a Milwaukee team, a good Milwaukee team, but on a 4-game losing streak, I don't think they cover by 11 though. So I'm going to take Oklahoma City +11. Last 3 matchups, we had the Phoenix Suns versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Phoenix Suns 17-10. They're 17-10 against the spread as well. Pelicans 12-16, and then they're 12-16 against the spread as well. Phoenix opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over-under sitting at 230.5. Phoenix 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games. 6-1 in their last 7 games. Their only loss was last game against Brooklyn, which they blew a 21-point lead, and James Harden just had an epic comeback to win. But other than that, they've been on fire. These two teams did meet on February 3rd. Pelicans lost 123-101 as 2.5-point favorites, so that's not good. Pelicans 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games. Based on that, they lost by 20 last game. I still like Phoenix -2.5 here. I think they're kind of mad they lost to the Nets with a 21-point lead, so I think they come out. I think they cover the 2.5-point spread. Last 2 matchups, we had the Toronto Raptors versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Toronto Raptors 13-15, 12-16 against the spread. Minnesota Timberwolves 7-22, 14-14-1 against the spread. Toronto opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over-under sitting at 231.5. Toronto just 3-3 in their last 6, nothing special. These two teams did play just a few days ago, and Toronto lost by 116-112. And in that game, they were 7.5-point favorites. Minnesota, 2-8 in their last 10. This is a very bad Minnesota team. They're without D'Angelo Russell. Just a very bad team. They did beat the Raptors just a few days ago, but I like the Raptors -3.5. It's just hard to bet with the Timberwolves. They're just such a bad team. I think Toronto gets their stuff together and they win by 3.5, by more than 3.5. So I'm gonna take them. And last matchup, we have a rematch of last night's matchup, which won me a lot of money, was the Utah Jazz versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Utah Jazz 24-5, 22-6-1 against the spread. Los Angeles Clippers 21-9, 17-13 against the spread. Utah opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over-under sitting at 224.5. As far as I know, this is the night before. You're going to have to just look at the injury reports and see what's happening. But last matchup, which Utah did win just last night, they won 114-96. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard were both out. And Utah was without Mike Conley too, which he's questionable for Friday. So Utah, they're on a historic run right now. You'd be really foolish to bet against them right now. 8-0 against the spread in their last 8, 9-0 in their last 9. This team is unbelievable right now. Clippers 4-1 in their last 5. That loss came to the Jazz. They didn't have their 2 stars, so what can you say? Even with the stars, though, you have to ride the Utah Jazz spread and money line right now. It's just unbelievable what they're doing. I would ride until they start losing, but until then, Jazz minus 2.5, Jazz money line. I'm sure Kawhi and Paul George are going to play, or one of the two, but I'm still playing Utah here all the way. And if you guys want to find out injuries a lot quicker, I have nothing to do with the site, but there's a Twitter called Fantasy Labs, and they literally just give out injuries all day before you probably hear them from any other source. And yeah, it's just called @Fantasy Labs. You're going to get pretty much groundbreaking information on players that are out or questionable or whatever, just in case. That it does help me a lot when determining spreads and if I want to fade a matchup because a star player is going to be out or whatnot. So go ahead and download that. And those are my picks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and like and subscribe. That would be super awesome. To get my best picks, the ones that I'm actually going to be betting on, go ahead and join VIP, which is on my website at sportsparlaypicks.com. And yeah, get in on the winning team and join my VIP. It's totally free. And hope you guys have a great day betting, and I will see you in the next betting video.